Whatever.
The Star.
Yeah, y'all already know. Seven the pan. That dude Biz on the beat. Yeah. We live in entertainment. Sound change. Crown the kings, homie. This is where it get ill. About to have the tip off live as a tip drill. From the court to the diamond, to the track, to the big skin, flying around the field, starting five forever, keeping it real. If it matters in the world of sports, jeans and long sleeves, they taking no shorts. Hot to death, oh yes, these other sports podcasts live as a pros course. Biz market wave, the starting five goes off. No matter who you cheer for, emotions out the window, they analyze it with clear thoughts. They take it way deeper than the force ever. No longer got any use for the four letters. The latest news, score stats and the view from the sideline. Ain't no guideline, it's just the truth. Yeah, no need to dig for a pardon line. It's always in season if people starting five. We going in on three, run the baseline, starting five. We got what you need. If it's sports news you see, we don't waste time. We talking cause we live it. We got what you need. We going in on three, run the baseline, starting five. We got what you need. And y'all know me, seven sign, I'm the illest cat spit. I got what you need.
Well, this week we were supposed to deliver what y'all need, but we gotta say apologies because when more than half the team ain't here, how the fuck are we gonna host the tournament? So apologies on bad advertising, but the show must go on. What up? You know who I am. You know who this is. Hit that box. Go to hooksrub.com. Use the code starting5 to get 20% off your order. The weather's getting better, Tyrone. So it's some people is grilling season all year round, but it's almost barbecue season time. So you better get that hooks rub in your life to season your meat and the crow sandwiches that the brother Tyrone loves to dish out sometimes.
Dish out. I don't be dishing out the crow sandwiches. I'll be eating them. I'll be eating them. Speaking of crow sandwiches, so this week I had to eat a crow sandwich because when the Lakers traded and got Luka, I thought it was stupid. I said Luka's fat. He's fat, Luka. He don't play no defense. We got Anthony Davis, who's a big man. Now we're gonna be undersized. We already needed a big man. We get Luka instead of a big man. We're gonna be undersized. Luka fat. Don't play defense. I was hating on that trade so bad, and now we won 10 games against fucking teams over 500, and we won 9-2 or 9-3 now. And now I'm like, I had to get the hooks, rubs, and spices and put it on my crow sandwich over the weekend. But it's a good crow sandwich to eat. I enjoyed it this time. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm all about the Lakers. That's why I put Laker Nation on my thing. But yeah, I've been eating more crow sandwiches than I've been dishing out.
Yeah. Well, we could stay right there, man, because there's been a lot of funny shit surrounding like that whole, not funny and tragic at the same time, surrounding that whole movement of the Lakers trade into Dallas, Dallas's downfall now all of a sudden within this, and then on the TV side of things, there's been a little verbal jousting going on that we'll get to in a second, but. Before we praise your Lakers for a second, Dallas, like, damn it, man. Like, they took a bad one. They took it bad where they lost Luka. AD gets there, has a couple good games, instantly turns into what we call him all the time, Mr. Glass, and it's hurt. And then they lose Kyrie for the season. Like, I don't understand how much worse it could get for a team. And just it was all good just a week ago type mentality type shit. Like it's just crazy that all of that shit happened to Dallas in damn near one shot.
Um, my thing is this: like, what I don't know what Luka did or what Luka said or what happened with Luka that made Dallas even make this trade. Because yeah, Luka fat. He was fat, and Luka was fat, and Luka was not caring about being fat or whatever. But as far as his gameplay, Luka was essentially like the future of the NBA. You know what I mean? Like people were talking about this dude being like the face of the league. And when you got a team and you got somebody that's looking like the future face of the league on your team, I'm like, what do you do? What do you have to do to get rid of that guy? You know what I'm saying? So I don't know what Luka did in Dallas to make them get rid of him, but we all knew like once you got rid of Luka, you only had Kyrie, and Kyrie is not going to be the face of the league. Like we already know, Kyrie's not the face of the league. Kyrie is not going to carry a team to a championship. He carried them Cleveland Cavaliers to a championship because let's be clear, Kyrie won that championship in Cleveland. I don't care what you say. LeBron was there, but Kyrie won that thing. But I digress on that because that's part of my LeBron hate. But what I'm saying is this,
Like the Cleveland Cavaliers as a team won. It wasn't
Kyrie
Kyrie
won.
and the
Kyrie won.
Cleveland Cavaliers.
Anyway, that's just part of my LeBron hate. I ain't gonna lie. I ain't gonna sugarcoat that. But so now you're giving up somebody that's like the future face of the league. You're giving up your future franchise, and you're basing it on getting Anthony Davis. Now, don't get me wrong, Anthony Davis is a good player. Anthony Davis is a top 5 player when he on his game. But we all know Anthony Davis has been called street clothes because of how many times he hasn't been available. And we all know that Anthony Davis, for his size and his abilities, is a soft-ass player. So, for me, it's like, with Dallas like cashing in their chips, with Dallas that disgruntled with Luka, like, I do not understand this trade at all. And I'm sorry, but Dallas, you reap what you sow. You reap what you sow, man.
Yeah, it's crazy to say it like that, but it's like damn, like the team was looking promising with Kyrie just being the captain of the ship overall. But again, to see a player like him go down now for the rest of the season when they had some pretty good momentum, like I'm sure they were going to be a playoff team. They with Anthony Davis, like that, you have the quality enough to maybe even make a run playoff wise in an already tough Western Conference. But still, we don't know. We don't know what we're gonna get now because the dude is down bad. Again, Anthony Davis I think we all kind of want to stop calling him Mr. Glass, and we
No,
want to
no.
see this guy like complete a mission.
Who do? You do?
I do.
No.
I'm tired of hearing about this guy always being hurt.
Come on, man. Listen. But okay, I'm not understanding it because what are you talking about playoff run? Like, did Dallas think that Anthony Davis was going to be better for their future than Luka? Even being
I don't. No. I see what you're saying there, but I'm not saying it on a comparison of did they think one or the other. I'm just saying like you had a quality squad that was playing decently. And with Kyrie, like Kyrie makes shit happen when he's on the court. Like we didn't think that last year's Dallas team was going to make it as far as they did. You know what I'm saying? But it's the potential is all I'm saying is the potential of we don't know what could have happened if healthy.
We do know what could have happened if healthy. We do know because we saw it last year. Fat Luka and Kyrie was in the NBA Finals. We saw that.
Right.
So,
but now you got an Anthony Davis who also, like Kyrie, is a former NBA champion. Luka was not.
No.
Luka was not.
For me, it's like Fat Luka and Kyrie was in the NBA Finals last year, so we know that they have the abilities with that team to be in the NBA Finals because they did
Right,
last
right,
year,
right,
right?
right, right, right.
So
But
why are
again,
you?
I brought up the Anthony Davis and Kyrie as being the trade happened. It's too late for what happened with Luca. I'm on your side when it comes to yo, what the fuck are the Lakers like? What was Dallas thinking to get rid of this guy? What were they? I'm there with you. I'm there with you. But I was also, yo, what could Dallas do now with a Kyrie and an AD?
Nothing.
That's what I was saying. That's why I was looking at it. I'm with you on, yeah. Why Luca? Like we thought Luca was gonna be a forever guy out there. I'm sure you did. I'm sure most people did. We thought that he was gonna be Dallas till his days was done.
Because listen, he's not like Zion, who comes in, plays fat, gets injured, doesn't look like he's interested, doesn't be the guy that New Orleans expect him to be. Luka comes in fat and still will give you a triple double any night. Still performs, you know what I'm saying? So we didn't compare Luka to Zion. But here's my thing.
Nobody did. You just did because you're hanging your hat on fat right now.
He's fat. My man's fat. Hold on. I'm hanging my hat on fat because the reason why Dallas said they got rid of him, part of it was because my man was fat. Like, don't act like they didn't say.
Dallas is bugging. Dallas is
They
bugging.
said my man was out of shape. They said Luka was out of shape, and that means fat, bro. Like, I don't know what you want me.
Them calling him now while he gonna be kicking their ass anyway is funny, but oh good.
But here's my thing. So you get Kyrie, who, mind you, I feel like could be Kyrie, mind you, I feel like cannot lead a team. And I say that to say this. Kyrie cannot lead a team because he was never allowed to lead a team. I'm not saying that. I'm not questioning his leadership qualities. What I'm saying is Kyrie was on Cleveland and they gave him no help and he was there by himself and he was leading that Cleveland team. He led them to the playoffs. He did the best he could in that situation. But when they got him help, it was LeBron, who is somebody that automatically becomes the top guy on the team, right? So Kyrie was put in a situation where he had to take a back seat to LeBron because anybody in the league takes a back seat to LeBron. So Kyrie couldn't lead that team. And then Kyrie goes to Brooklyn, and what Brooklyn does is they get Kevin Durant, and even though Kyrie has better leadership qualities than Kevin Durant, because I made a podcast calling him the softy straight up, and I said that Kevin Durant does not have leadership qualities, but Kyrie has to take a back seat to somebody like Kevin Durant. So once again, he was put in a situation where he couldn't lead a team because they brought in a guy that would be perceived as the leader of the team, perceived as the Batman in the Batman and Robin situation, right? So now you got Kyrie, who's going to Dallas, who's changed his attitude, played his role in Dallas, and I commend him for that, and knew that he was going there with Luka Doncic, who was supposed to be the future of the NBA, and he knew he wasn't going to lead that team, and he took his role, right? And then you get rid of the leader of the team, and you bring in a guy who's perceived to be soft, perceived to be definitely injury prone. So now who's supposed to lead this team? So now you put it on Kyrie to be the leader of a team with Anthony Davis, but Anthony Davis is supposed to be the better player because you traded Luka for him. What are you doing?
Right. No, I'm with you. What are you doing? What are you doing? But any what if now is dead because all of these motherfuckers are injured except for Luka. Luka's making a hell of a run right now with the Lakers. Dallas is pretty much call your season a wrap. It's over. It's over. It's done for. But you're shaking your head like we don't know what was going to happen with this team.
We don't know. We do know. because you got a Kyrie Irving who never got the proper chance to lead a team. And then you bring in a guy who's perceived as a better player, who's perceived as somebody who would contribute a little more than Kyrie, who's perceived as somebody that could possibly take a team to a championship. And we know that he can't. So we knew, I knew that Dallas was gonna stink. I knew it. I knew that this trade was gonna fuck Dallas up. You could say you didn't know, but everybody knew. This is
now you are everybody. Then you are everybody.
Everybody knew.
I ain't got no props. I ain't got no props for Dallas anyway. I'm not a Mavs fan. I'm just I'm a Jason Kidd guy. I'm a Jason Kidd guy.
Let me ask you straight up. When Dallas made that trade and Luka,
I said, "What the fuck?"
No.
I said, "What the fuck is going on?" But I'm answering as you go. Keep going.
What did you think? Where did you think Dallas was going to end up once they made that trade?
I didn't think they was going to end up here with both of their superstars injured. That's all I'm saying. I didn't think that they was going to both end up injured. Did I think that having them two alone would make them a playoff team coming out of the West? Yes. Did I see championship run? No, because I don't see championship runs in no sport until the teams get to the fucking playoffs.
Yeah, man, you know what you're doing? You know what you're doing? You know what you're doing? You're playing. You're playing. Don't play no games.
I don't see it like you do. I don't
playing,
automatically outright. You asked me to answer the fucking question. Did you not? I said, all right, so rephrase the question again so I can reiterate the same words that I said.
I'll rephrase the question. Did you think that after Dallas made that trade that they were going to get closer to an NBA championship or farther away from an NBA championship? I mean, I don't know how else to feel.
And I'll repeat. I seen them as a playoff team that could potentially maybe make some noise or get their ass kicked. But I see them as a playoff team. That's it. I didn't look at them like, oh, they're going to change the world and all of a sudden win chip. No. You know how I look at these games now. I look at them step by step. I don't fucking think I'm not looking at your Lakers like, oh, this is going to get us a championship, or like, the Warriors getting the Jimmy Butler trade. Oh, this is going to automatically get them to the Western Conference. No, I never talk like that. You've never heard me think like that.
And you know what? You're right. You're staying true to yourself. But
right. How else am I supposed to be?
In the world, though, we know.
In the world of irrational sports fans, I know.
It's not irrational to say that Dallas getting rid of Luka and getting AD hindered them. It's not irrational. And then you say, oh, I didn't expect them to be injured. You didn't expect AD to be injured? This dude lived on injury. We called them street clothes for years.
No, every season. But even when he was a Laker, it was just like, okay, well, when will AD go down? That's just the guy himself. But you don't go out. I don't go out there look also thinking, damn, this guy is going to eventually get hurt, or this person is. You never think that about a player. That they're going to.
What?
Yeah, they're known for that, but that don't mean it's gonna happen.
What are you talking about? That's the torment of my life. That's the torment of my life. AD played for the Lakers, and the torment of my life was, when is this dude gonna be in a suit on the sideline? Like, when is this dude gonna be in street clothes? That was the torment of my life.
The same guy who brought your team a championship too, but cool.
Who brought my team a championship?
AD did? LeBron, Lakers. They won that championship. Yes, the bubble championship counts.
Yeah, it was the bubble championship.
Say it
number one.
week.
And
he won. It doesn't matter. It's an
It
NBA
pains my
championship.
soul. It pains my soul, and it hurts my heart, and it makes me throw up sometimes to say this. But LeBron brought that championship, and it's a bubble chip.
He's on the team. Again, keep going, because you
Listen,
know where I'm gonna go. Keep
listen.
going, keep
Here's my
going.
point. We knew, like, come on, man. I live every day going, when is AD going to go down? That's how I lived as a
I
Lakers fan.
understand.
When is AD going to go down? So when AD went to Dallas, like we knew eventually this man was going to miss some games. He was going to miss some time. Now, I didn't expect Kyrie to get injured, but even with Kyrie not injured, I was like, Dallas is done. As soon as they made that trade, I was like, Dallas is done because AD
But
is
that
going to get injured. And once he gets injured, Dallas has nothing.
and you're
You
faulting
knew
me
this.
for. I'm not muted. You're faulting me for saying, "Damn, I didn't expect AD to get hurt this quick." You get what I'm saying? Like that's what I'm saying. Like I didn't think this was gonna happen this fast.
And I'm saying, why didn't you? History shows you that this dude is weak. This dude is soft. This dude gets injured at any time, any day. A feather can hit my man, and he'd be out for 3 to 6 weeks. Like we know
I
this.
get it. I understand that, but to go in automatically thinking that is crazy. Yes, you can have that anticipation of, well, when is it going to happen? And then the pleasant surprise is, oh shit, this guy was healthy this whole time. Like for instance, I don't want to move too far off of this, but I just want to bring this point to tie things in. Like I made the mistake when we dropped it on each other that Debo Samuels was traded to your team. And I was just like, this guy didn't play this guy was always hurt. I went back, I looked, I was like, okay, my bad. Yes, he had 15 game seasons. He might have been injured. I'm injured here and there, but he wasn't like hurt, with the exception of the season before this last one, where he only played 7 games. Right? But Debo had one, maybe 2 seasons in that Niners uniform where it looked like this guy was going to be the most unstoppable force at wide receiver. And then it was just shit was quiet for him in other seasons to where he didn't produce the same. You know what I'm saying? But if you go in with the same expectations of, yo, this guy's gonna do this guy, like I, you don't I don't go into shit with expectation no more. That's why I don't go into I expect AD to get hurt. But then it's like, damn, the man gets hurt. I don't want him to live up to street clothes, but niggas name is street clothes. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm not expecting that. You know what I'm saying? What did I say about my Philadelphia Eagles all season? I expected a deep playoff run and we win the East. They delivered that. That was my only expectations. I didn't expect Saquon to fucking break rushing records, almost fucking go for 2,000. I didn't expect us. I mean, I expected because I had to choose my team to win because what would I look like choosing against my team in the Super Bowl? I didn't go in with automatic expectations of. Now, if we got Myles Garrett, which Myles Garrett just re-signed with Cleveland, then you might hear me talking that shit like you right now. Like, yeah, this is ours to repeat. But I need some real drastic changes like that to go with expectations. Point I'm just saying is I never truly go with certain expectations of shit because, yo, you never know. You can expect. And then, like I was saying to some people in the TikTok live this week, this is where WWE fails with the element of surprise. Vince and the power of the pencil used to change shit right at Gorilla before the wrestlers would go out, or before his superstars will go out to the ring. You never know what the fuck can happen. That's why I say just sometimes reduce expectations sometimes. And then also, like I said, when you was naming, oh, it was this person team that, it's a team fucking game. It's a team game.
You know what I'm mad about? I just told you that I've been eating crow sandwiches, right? and then you're gonna bring up Saquon. And you know for a fact I had to eat a crow sandwich on that, because you know for a fact on this show I said that Saquon wasn't what y'all perceived him to be. And I said
You also picked the Kansas City Chiefs to win the Super Bowl too.
No, we're not talking about that. We're not talking about
double decker crow sandwich, no cheese.
Here you go. We're not talking about that. We talking about when Saquon first went to the Eagles. I said Saquon wasn't that good. I mean, not that good. It's like not far as a running back, but I said he can't pick up the blitz. I said he had problems. I said he's not gonna make no difference. And I already had to eat a crow sandwich on that. And then you're gonna bring up, oh, we didn't know Saquon was gonna do all this and all that. Bringing up my crow sandwiches again. Can you?
No cheese. Double crow, no cheese.
But what I'm just saying is like, here's my problem with you, right? You let's go to the NBA. You're a Knicks fan, right? And me, I'm a Lakers fan, right? So as a Lakers fan, I hate on everyone else. I hate on the Celtics the most because, you know, Lakers, Celtics, I hate on them. I hate on Detroit the most because of the bad boy Pistons. I hate on them. And I hate on the Philadelphia 76ers the most because I live in Philadelphia. And as being a fan of any other team that's not in Philadelphia, you get hated on, right? So,
and hold on. And I'm a Knicks fan who still to this day hates on the Chicago Bulls, hates on anything Michael Jordan, hates on anybody who beat us, hates on the Miami Heat because of our rivalry. Philadelphia Eagles fan, fuck them Dallas Cowboys. New York Yankees fan, fuck the Boston Red Sox for life. I'm there, but I know. But as a sports fan, depending on what I know when I could give it up is what I'm just gonna say.
My point is, I hate on the Celtics the most because it's the Lakers Celtics. I hate on the Pistons the most because them bad boy Pistons, right? Lakers feud. And I hate on the Sixers the most because the Sixers is in the town where I live, where they call me Fugazi, and they don't allow me to be a Lakers fan in Philadelphia. So I have to hate on the Sixers, right? But here's my problem with you is you a Knicks fan, right? And you hate on certain teams, whatever. But for me, I hate on them teams the most, but I hate everybody because I'm a Lakers fan, right? And here you go. You always seem to be optimistic about other people's shit. Like AD goes to Dallas and they trade Luka to the Lakers, right? And you sitting there talking all this optimistic shit. I didn't know if AD was going to be injured. I didn't know what Dallas was going to do. You being optimistic. I'm not optimistic on no other team. Fuck them. Like I'm not optimistic on no other team. And you just sitting here and you do that with every team, dude. Every team, you always optimistic.
I'm raising my hand.
Maybe they could do that.
I'm raising my hand. I'm raising my hand to wait for you to continue to spew your shit because
why are you so optimistic and hopeful for other teams when you're supposed to be loyal to only motherfucking one? That's my question.
Why? So here's my thing. I'm gonna answer that by asking another question. Why do we talk about sports in general on this show or period? You have to be objective in certain cases and objective. You can be straight number one hater no matter what. Fuck them. But if a team is good, a team is good. I am not, like I said, I till this day will never be a fan of the Chicago Bulls. I am the guy who annually posts me giving Michael Jordan's statue the middle finger when I was in Chicago, just off some Knicks shit. But then when I stepped back and I read all the accolades on the fucking statue, I was like, okay, MJ's not my GOAT, but I could get off my bullshit for a little bit about him as a player. Because it's just being a fucking human. Yes, you're now Dallas Cowboy wise. What did I've always said? Fuck that blue star. Fuck the Dallas Cowboys. But something about Jerry Jones, I would play for Jerry Jones in a different color uniform, but I would never put that fucking Dallas star on me. And then Dallas had certain players that I actually enjoyed watching play. Fuck that I hated that they were doing it for that team, but damn, this guy is good.
But for me, I can say that I can acknowledge that Larry Bird was a good basketball player, right? I can acknowledge Larry Bird was a good basketball player. I can. But there's no circumstance, no chance on the planet where I would ever say anything good about the motherfucking Boston Celtics. I can acknowledge Larry Bird was a good player, but if you ask me, Larry Bird versus Magic is the winner. If you ask me anything about Larry, fuck Larry Bird. Like, I'm not gonna be.
All right, I got you. But what up? Oh, the point that you just walked into.
What up?
Is the point that I'm trying to make within this is if you're going to talk sports as a whole, you still have to be objective. You can hate in the back, hate in the background or whatever. Or even, like I said, we hate on the show. We hate on shit on the show all the fucking time. But you still got to show a level of objectivity when you're discussing the sport as a whole. And so I wasn't discussing Dallas like I'm a fucking Mavericks fan. No, I wanted to see what an AD and Kyrie situation would look like together. And yes, for playing for my favorite point guard of all time, a Jason Kidd, who, yeah, my Knicks weren't in it, but I rooted with the year that Dallas won with Jason Kidd. I rooted for the homie, for my man Jason Kidd, to see him get one. I did that. Would I do that if he was a Chicago Bull? Absolutely not. That's where my hater comes in.
And my point was, every time we talk to Dan about any other team, he's supposed to be a Knicks fan, right? But anytime we talk to Dan about any other team, he's always optimistic. We was talking about the Lakers trade with Luka Doncic going to the Lakers and Anthony Davis going to Dallas. And I told him that I knew that Dallas was going to be fucked up getting Anthony Davis because he's injury prone, he's soft as hell, and Luka's the better player. And Dan was all, I wanted to see what Dallas was going to do, all optimistic. And my take on it is, if you're a Knicks fan, stick with the Knicks. Don't be optimistic about these other fucking teams. Fuck them. That's what my
But again,
why you optimistic about Dallas? And you're a Knicks fan. Fuck Dallas. I would have been
and
like,
my point,
get injured. You know what I mean? Like, fuck him. Like,
because my point was, if we are talking sports as a whole, you got to somewhat be professional and pull that aspect out of it.
That's true.
Because it's like fuck the Six. Because I can say fuck the Sixers, but I don't. I say this shit on the show all the time. The Knicks and Sixers aren't a true rivalry in my book.
But
they're not. They're not. But I know what your argument is me just again trying to talk objectively about teams that aren't mine. That's what it is.
That's what my
I'm not going to be right.
You're not talking objectively about the Dallas Mavericks. You're talking optimistically about the Dallas Mavericks. Objectively would say Anthony Davis is soft, Anthony Davis is street clothes, Anthony Davis.
That's not objective. That's opinionated.
But wait. Right. No. So how come the Knicks and the Sixers are not a rivalry to you?
No, I'm just saying. Hold on. Let me just make my point.
Let Tyrone keep spewing this nonsense.
If you talk,
it's nonsense.
It's not.
Because look, no, it is. Because
no. You're talking optimistically. You said, I want to see what Anthony Davis could do. I think Anthony Davis and Kyrie could do something. You know, that's
what.
That's
don't stop. Stop.
You can do both, though. You can do both.
Stop.
No,
I said, yes, you can. I just said what I said was yes. Though the trade seemed iffy and it seemed stupid for Dallas to do, I wanted to see what Kyrie and AD could do.
And that's
I
optimistic.
did not. I said
not
I want
objective.
to see. No, optimism would have been I want to see Kyrie and KD run to the finals like
To me,
Kyrie did with Luka.
to
But
me,
I get you're repeating the same things. Let me finish my
no.
point.
Come on. For
Go
me,
ahead.
objective means AD is soft. AD has been injured. So if he goes
That's
to
not
his team,
objective.
he's probably going to be soft and he's probably going to get injured. That's objective to me because I'm basing that on what he's done. Optimistic means, hey, he might not get injured, and if he doesn't get injured, I want to see what he can do. That's optimistic. Objective means, hey, this dude gets injured all the time. We call him street clothes, and if he goes to Dallas, he's probably going to get injured, and that's objective. To me.
Oh, Paul. Now, so let me stop. Oh, in what part of what he just said there is being objective in a conversation? That sounds like being what you just said. It sounds like being hater.
Yeah.
More than being objective.
Objective is you have to look at it as through a clean lens. You can't lean. You're not leaning on either side. You're not leaning left nor right. You know what I'm saying? You just report it as is. Kyrie is injured right now for the season. AD is out half the time. You know, what can Dallas do with that? I don't see Dallas going far. That is your opinion. That is objective, straight line. I'm not, you're not doing it in the sense of, okay, I'm a Dallas fan. I like Jason Kidd. I want to see them do good. I think they can. Hey, I think they can still do good. No, you're not being logical.
No, because what I didn't say.
Now you're speaking from a fan aspect.
Because what I didn't say yet was I agree with this TikTok that I seen. I think maybe a day or two ago. Dallas should not activate Anthony Davis at all. There goes the being optimistic out the fucking window. I didn't even get to saying that yet.
Yeah, shove him for the
year. As a basketball fan, yes, I would like to see what that combination could have done. But I am not automatically putting AD in street clothes, though. AD tends to do that on his own. You know what I'm saying? I'm just not automatically. Tyrone did the automatic assumption of this is what's going to happen. I did not expect this to happen. That's how I took it.
Oh, you see him? You hear him though? He's saying
you can go back and replay this episode when we're done, and you'll hear exactly that I've been riding this same fucking plane.
Oh, he just said it. He didn't get to say what he didn't get to say what he was going to say, right? So he didn't say it. So here's my thing. So he didn't
because we've been arguing this stupid point for this whole half. We've been arguing this stupid point because we didn't get a chance to progress the conversation.
Did my man just say he didn't say it? So if he didn't say it, then I didn't know where he was coming from, right? If you don't say it, then how I know when you thinking?
Because you didn't
mind reading. You didn't say it. So if you didn't say it, I don't know what the fuck you talking about.
Tyrone, keep looping the same. Because I didn't say it. I didn't say it. I didn't say it. I didn't say it because we didn't get to progress the conversation.
Okay, so if you didn't get to say it, I'm going off what you did get to say. I'm going off what you did get to say. You know what I mean?
Right.
I'm not going off what you thought, but you didn't get to say. You know what I'm saying? That's what I mean. So like, okay, now you said it. Now that's a different take. See,
okay, so all right, so
what he doing? What he doing? Me and him had a conversation before you got here, and he didn't.
Don't replay. You ain't gotta. He's gonna go listen to the episode when it's up. You can get it. You can, and once again, you're going to see the progression in the conversation and how it stayed right where we brought you in for most of it. You're going to see this shit. But back to the objectivity versus the, it's if we're talking sports. So yes, I hate the Dallas Cowboys. I hate the Boston Red Sox. But if they're doing good, bias got to be pushed to the side. Maybe
have to
against
acknowledge it.
if we're picking somebody to lose, then yeah, I'm gonna do the Tyrone and I'm gonna pick the Kansas City Chiefs just because I hate the Philadelphia. I don't hate the Philadelphia. Well, just because I hate Dallas that much, I'm gonna pick the Chiefs to win over Dallas because fuck you. But god damn it, Dak is throwing 90+%. The motherfucker's balling. It's okay to be objective, even if it is a team you hate. Michael Jordan is one of the greatest players ever. Fuck the Chicago Bulls. I'm not playing no fence.
Yeah.
I'm acknowledging greatness, but that's still my hater in me.
Yeah.
It's still fuck the Chicago Bulls.
Scottie Pippen was
You know what I'm saying?
Scottie Pippen was a hell of a two-way player. Tony Kukoc
Or fuck the
was
Chicago Bulls.
yeah, right. Tony Kukoc was the pioneer, one of the pioneers of European players that we have now. But fuck Chicago. Yeah, I
Right,
get it.
and not Chicago, just the Bulls, the Bulls,
right. Fuck the
Chicago.
Bulls. Fuck
Much
the Bulls.
love for y'all in the city. It's just the Bulls.
Just the Bulls.
Because of we Knicks fans.
Yes.
That's it. It's not that hard. If you go just come in and be just the one team, like that's as bad as being a one-issue voter.
Yeah.
In my opinion.
Yeah.
We can't talk a full sport if you're going to hate on everybody. Like that's
So I have a question.
You can't do that.
I have a question. Not a little bit off topic. Did we talk about did you guys talk about what Tyrone was talking about as far as the Lakers? The Lakers having a legit run to the finals. Did we bring that up?
Yeah, well, we briefly brought it up because he stated he had to eat a crow sandwich about Fat Luka, as he calls him, Fat Luka, right, Tyrone? But it's his team. Go ahead, Tyrone. We're talking about the run right now.
So here's the thing: if the Lakers right now are the 3 seed, but that's due to Denver winning, Lakers losing. It's formidable. But when I made my statement, the Lakers was the 2 seed. Lakers as a 2 seed, right? Means that if they stay the 2 seed for the remainder of the season, they would have to play Memphis in the first round, and then in the second round they would get like Houston or somebody like that. And Lakers potentially can beat Memphis, and Lakers potentially can beat Houston, right? So for me, Lakers have the potential to beat both of those 2 teams. And the size don't matter on those 2 teams. The size only matters in Denver, and the size only matters in OKC, right? But Lakers as a 2 seed wouldn't see OKC to the Western Conference Finals, which I don't trust OKC to get there. And the Lakers wouldn't see Denver to the Western Conference Finals, right? So based on them being the 2 seed, they wouldn't see any formidable opponents until the Western Conference Finals. Okay? And in the Western Conference Finals, where the Lakers already played beat up on Denver, they are in OKC. I don't trust them. So my theory was the Lakers have an easy, as the 2 seed, would have an easy path to the Western Conference Finals.
Well, right now,
Conference Finals, anything can happen, and they would have, and they could potentially make it to the NBA Finals. That's all I was basing it on.
Okay. So right now they will play Golden State in the first round. You know what I'm saying? So
no. When I said that, the Lakers were going to play Minnesota.
Yes.
In the first round.
Correct. They'll beat Minnesota. They'll beat Minnesota in the first round. I'll give y'all that. I don't know about any further than that.
What do you mean?
But as of today, you said they will play the Warriors.
As you say, they play the Warriors.
And right now, as the way both teams stand, that's a up in the air matchup.
Well, it's not.
From my opinion.
Draymond on LeBron and Jimmy Butler on Luka. I'll take them odds. I'm gonna tell you, the Lakers are not gonna win as a sweep. It'll be about 6-7 games. You
telling me right now, with a healthy LeBron, a healthy Luka, and a healthy Lakers team, that in a 7-game series, would you pick Golden State? Let's just put it flat out. Would
Yes.
you pick Golden State over the Lakers in the second round in the first round series right now?
Well, let me
Yes.
ask you a question. Is 3 points still more than 2 points?
Yes.
The question is, would
Yes.
you pick Golden State over the Lakers?
Yes.
No, I'm talking to you, Dan. I'm talking to O.
I know.
It's a tough one. It's gonna be
tough.
6 games.
It's a toss up.
It's a toss up.
It's a toss up for you.
And now, but now, you
But that's what I said. I said it was a toss up too. Niggas ignored it.
Steve
No,
Kerr
versus
versus JJ Redick.
Say yes. Dan, you literally just said yes. You would pick Golden State.
I did just say yes. Before that, I said it was a toss up, and I got all these no's and shaking of the heads. But yes, I would pick Golden State, especially the way, even though the matchups don't work that way, the way that fucking Big O just put it. Yeah, Draymond deep pause, D's up LeBron. Jimmy Butler can clamp down on Luka.
What?
Now you got the greatest shooter ever, Roman.
Correct.
So
That's the point that he was trying to make and mentioning it like that.
Right.
So,
I'm sorry. I'm going to take. Yeah, I love LeBron James. I'm a big LeBron James fan, but I'm sorry. In a matchup like that, Golden State can outshoot the Lakers.
And Steve Kerr is a better coach than Redick.
How you figure that?
People have their problems with Steve Kerr.
How you figure?
Because the man has what, 6 rings, 7 rings.
Who? How do
Kerr.
you figure Steve Kerr? Steve Kerr has only how many rings he has as a coach? You talking about rings as a player and a coach? You combining them?
Listen, he knows what it takes to get to the finals, man.
To
win the finals.
It's like saying championships as a player don't count. Which is crazy. But go ahead.
No. Championships as a player do count. But I'm just saying to you, like you assessing Steve Kerr's coaching ability with his player ability, right? Okay, so cool. So you think that Steve Kerr, as a coach, is better than JJ Redick, who this is his first season. How are you assessing JJ Redick on his first fucking season as a head coach?
I'm just saying he's a rookie coach.
That's crazy,
and Steve Kerr is seasoned.
Okay.
That's what I'm trying to say.
For me, that don't mean nothing. For me,
I don't know.
And it's a comparison that y'all make on our show all the time.
For me,
like Jamal just did when we broke down the Super Bowl, and like I said to Jamal when he was just like, yeah, but the Chiefs got Andy Reid. Yeah, but we got a Vic Fangio. You know what I'm saying? It could be up in the air. Like, yeah, Steve Kerr may just have never been coached up in a playoff situation. He might not have seen what a JJ Redick coach team would look like playoff wise. Why? Because JJ Redick is new. So anything can happen. But I do still agree with the original question. Yeah, I think the Warriors would win that.
I'm not going to sit up here and be like, Steve Kerr is a better coach because he won championships as a coach. JJ Redick, this is his first year. We don't know what he is as a coach. But as far right now, JJ Redick is looking like a good pick. JJ Redick is looking like a good coach. But I'm saying to you, I do not believe that Golden State will win that series. I just don't. And that's what I'm saying. I just don't believe that Golden State will win that series.
So Tyrone, can I say something?
Hold on.
Tyrone,
You just said it was a toss-up. You just said that it was a toss-up.
Right. And I stand by that. But what I'm saying, what I'm asking you now on the Starting Five podcast show, are you saying that the Lakers, you don't see the Lakers losing this because are you saying this because you're a fan, or are you being objective and saying, okay, this is what we have here.
This is my point, is that he's trying to be objective while still remaining a fan. This is exactly how the words are hitting my brain right now. Okay to do that, Tyrone. If that's your thing, it's okay to do that. Just be honest about it.
No,
I started my soliloquy by saying that 3 points is better than 3 points always beats 2 points. You know what I'm saying? Steph Curry is still the best player, the best 3-point shooter, the best shooter in the game has ever seen. And fucking NBA today cannot stop saying how Steph is having a rejuvenation of his career because of Jimmy Butler. So all these things we have to take into account.
3 points beats 2 points, right?
Correct.
And you have Steph Curry, who's the best shooter in the NBA.
The game has ever seen.
I'm not even going to go against that. Steph Curry is the best shooter I've ever seen in my life, right? So 3 points beat 2 points, right?
Correct.
But they got rid of Klay Thompson, right? So after Steph Curry, who else is the best 3-point shooter? Because I can argue that Austin Reeves is just as good a 3-point shooter as anybody else.
You have lost your goddamn mind.
Austin Reeves, who on Golden State?
You have lost your goddamn mind.
You said about my goddamn mind because you didn't let me finish. I said outside of Steph Curry, who on Golden State is a better 3-point shooter than Austin Reeves?
Oh, okay. All right. Well, just put it like that. All right. Yeah.
Okay. So
no. But the way you made it sound was like Austin Reeves is right up there with Steph Curry.
No, I did not.
It did come off crazy like that.
No, you didn't.
It did come off crazy like that.
Cut me off before I finish. So Steph Curry, 3 points is better than 2 points. Steph Curry, yeah, okay, ultimate 3-point shooter, whatever. But after that, there's no one else. They got rid of Klay Thompson, right? So there's no one else, right? Austin Reeves can make 3-point shots more than anybody else off of Golden State other than Steph Curry, right? So what are we talking here? You know what I mean?
It doesn't, but it doesn't.
Make 3 points. Austin Reeves make 3 points. Connect to make 3 points. LeBron is shooting better from 3 this season. So
the point you're trying to make, it doesn't nullify.
Is irrelevant to me.
But it doesn't nullify. It doesn't nullify it. It doesn't nullify it the way you're thinking, though. The way you're putting it together, it doesn't nullify it.
Yo, when Steph is on, we've all seen it. We sat and watched the Olympics for those who forgot early Steph, right? When Steph is on, he becomes a video game. All right. Nobody AR-15 cannot see him when Steph is on.
But
Klay can't see him. And we all know third quarter Klay is crazy. No. When Steph is on, there's nothing we could do. You know what I'm saying? And yo, I mean, for one, who's guarding Steph in this series?
You don't have to guard Steph. That's my point. Let Steph do whatever Steph wants to fucking do. Because Steph ain't going to beat the Lakers by himself. Who's guarding LeBron? Who's guarding Luka?
3 points is better than 2 points, man.
3 points better than 2 points.
Somebody got to start. Somebody got to guard him.
You only got one player that's doing that.
That's enough.
You said yourself, Lakers versus Golden State is a toss-up. So you don't even believe that Golden State has enough to beat them on your own. You said it. It's a toss-up.
If Steph is on, I'm sorry. Go ahead. Go ahead, Dan.
This is funny because I wanted you to finish your point because I was going to actually move this along into a direction. So go ahead, finish your point, and then I'll move it because where we're at right now perfectly segues into another talking point I wanted to bring up.
No, I'm done. I'm done. I mean, go ahead, Tyrone.
No, Tyrone just said enough. He once again proved objectiveness versus fandom like talk. It's okay. It's okay. But you got to be objective.
You
about your team.
You want to be. I'm being objective, and in the objectiveness, I'm saying Steph Curry is the best shooter I've ever seen, and 3 points is more than 2 points. I'm being objective. I'm saying Steph Curry is 2 points, but I'm saying that after Steph Curry, there's no 3-point shooter that's better than what the Lakers have after Steph. And what I'm saying is, objectively, if Steph gets all his threes, and then he has nobody else outside of him that's going to get all his threes, where the Lakers have guys that can get threes like Austin Reeves, who can shoot the 3-point shot. Like LeBron, who LeBron has got better at the 3-point shot. I'm being objective. Here. I'm not being a fan. I'm being objective. LeBron can shoot the 3.
I was going to finish to say while you were still remaining a fan in the conversation.
Oh, man.
But the real point that I'm trying to get to is shouts out to fucking Charles Barkley. I know we all seen the video of him on the TNT show, and he clapped directly at Kendrick Perkins without even saying it. Clapped at the network that they're about to be a part of, because from my point of view, in my opinion, like I was just saying, we were doing what an ESPN always does. ESPN, the way Charles clapped at him was just like, OKC and the Cleveland Cavaliers have had outstanding seasons all year round, but this place only wants to talk about two teams that had a good 2 weeks so far. And Chuck calling them out, especially, I don't remember why exactly he called Kendrick Perkins out, but the fact that he called out the network, that's who they are. So I love ESPN over Fox Sports and everybody else because they're more tolerable to watch. They do this shit all the time. They only hang their hats on who's the legacy, who's the biggest names, and then they occasionally give props to the teams that are doing well. Like you give OKC probably yeah, but LeBron and but Steph and but this and but that, so we can't act like they don't do this shit. But I wanted to give props to Charles Barkley and just talk about this beef, TV beef. Like, what did Charles say wrong?
So
if there was something he said wrong,
right? I get that, right? But can't you? I mean, you almost expect the mouse. The mouse is gonna back the biggest horse in the race, right? They're only gonna back the big markets. So them not showing love to OKC, even though we know right now, SGA is the biggest, is the most unstoppable player in the game right now. You know, outside of Anthony Edwards and Joker. So I mean, it goes against being objective, you know. But they're not being objective because their fans they're following the money. They know that the big market, New York is the big market, LA is the big market. You know what I'm saying? Chicago, even though Chicago's been mediocre for years, they're the big market. Those are the teams they're gonna follow. They're not gonna follow OKC and San Antonio or Sacramento. They're not gonna do that. You know, everyone expects. That's another one. Everyone expects Sacramento to fail, and they're doing all right too. You know, everyone's expecting Minnesota. Minnesota's doing all right too. They're in the playoff. They're in the playoff hunt. You know, the Disney is not. They're gonna go after the big names.
Yeah, and that's really, I think it's just the names. It's just the names, because like Tyrone and I, we was talking pre-show about another interaction we'll talk about, which is I guess we could all roll it into the same thing, the whole LeBron confronting Stephen A on the sideline about his son type shit. You know, if like Tyrone mentioned, and we'll use the exact team he said, if Detroit had drafted Bronny, LeBron James was going there. So all we would have heard about is, well, LeBron, Detroit. Meanwhile, these teams over here are blowing out of control, but you only spend your time on said name, which I understand it. You go where the money goes. Mm-hmm. But if you are a network talking about sports overall, you got to talk about everybody else. Like I said when we were talking about being objective here. Yeah, we could talk. We could talk about the Knicks all episode,
Right.
even if the Knicks were at the bottom of the fucking league, right? But if again, Michael Jordan Chicago Bulls are fucking terrorizing the league once again, how do we not talk about
Right.
that?
You have to acknowledge that.
Yeah.
So let me say something, right? And then Tyrone, you can go. And this is gonna be my hot take of the week. Bronny going to LA was the worst thing that he and his pops could agree to, and for the NBA, because the first thing we're saying is, yo, it's nepotism. Because we all know, as a casual fan, we know that there are plenty of players better than him. He wasn't the best player in USC. You know what I'm saying? Had he gone to a good, reputable franchise, then we could have said, okay, whatever. But him going to LA, it's first thing that comes out of everybody's mouth is nepotism. He doesn't belong there. And it shows. He rarely plays. You know what I'm saying? He was on the court for a couple of times with his pops. I don't know. I feel as though,
Before you go, Tyrone, before you go, that was the one word we left out of our conversation was the nepotism part, which I'm gonna just say. I said it before and I'll say it again. We black folks, if we can benefit off of nepotism, then so fucking be it. But it's different in sport. Go ahead,
it's
Tyrone.
more polarizing in sports.
Oh, thank you so much. You have vindicated me. You have prevented me from having to get hooked up the spices to put on my croissant sandwich this morning. You've done everything that I need to do to not have to eat a croissant sandwich today, because I said that to Dan earlier. I said if Bronny would have been drafted by the Detroit Pistons, nobody would have cared. The nepotism and all of that shit wouldn't even matter. But the fact that you put him on the Lakers, one of the prestigious teams in the league, I said that was a fucked up disservice to Bronny, and I said that, and you just thank you, brother. You have vindicated me for once on this show, and I'm not even gonna say it tonight. That's all I'm gonna say, Dan, because you know for a fact.
Word is
I made that same statement.
Yeah, but word is I agree to. I definitely agree to a point.
I mean,
definitely
it's even fucked up for him. Like it's
right.
No one is even looking at it as from his perspective. Like, yo, okay, you're on the biggest franchise in NBA outside of Boston. You know what I'm saying? You're playing with your pops.
Hold on. Outside of Boston, don't get it fucked up. Biggest
Okay,
franchise,
you're right. Outside of Boston, New York, outside of Boston and the Mecca is the biggest franchise. You know what I'm saying? So I mean, and you're playing with arguably one of the top 3 best players who ever played the game. It's tough. That's a lot for him to shoulder. You know what I'm saying? So, but I'm sorry. Go ahead, Dan.
No, but it's a lot for him to shoulder if he was in the league in the big time and was a player who was being demanded on as being great. There's no demand. I go back to when Tyrone mentioned it back when they drafted him. Like I understood him when he was like, yo, we could have drafted a different quality player who probably could be on today's current roster. Instead, we got a guy who, yes, they did what they had to do to, set another record. First father and son NBA at same court, same time shit. I get all of the legacy stuff, but also keeping him in the G League is not doing wrong by him either. It just looks like, in Tyrone's valid point from episodes ago, you could have drafted somebody who could have been game ready that you wouldn't have had to push back to the G League. But nepotism, if it's nepotism, I'm cool with it for black folks. The kid's got a job in the league. He's G League, but allow him to develop with other people who are, that like I like to say, that layer of underground that's just right under the crust that can go up.
You cool with it for black folk because it ain't your team. You cool with it for
No,
black
no,
folks
no,
because it ain't your
nope,
team. This
nope,
affects my team. This
nope.
affects. I mean, come on. You cool with it for black folks? Okay, nepotism. Yeah, cool, fine. Nepotism. That's great. If you can get your son to a position, that's great. All of that and that's cool. I appreciate that. If I had a chance to get my son in a position where I can put him in where he don't deserve it, and then nepotism, yeah, that's all great for me. But when it's my team and I'm not the dad, I don't give a fuck. Like, I don't want that. You know what I mean? Because you're fucking up my team for your nepotism. And I agree with you. It's cool. It's cool when it's your team, and it's cool when you the dad. But for me, it was not cool because I'm a Lakers fan, and I don't want. We could have got something better. We could have got something that would actually help us. And the nepotism fucked me as a fan to my team. So yeah, it's cool. It's cool for nepotism. It's cool for black folks. It's cool for all that when it's not the team. But when it's your team, it ain't fucking cool, bro. It's
It
not.
fucked you as a fan. That's the key word there. Number one is
Right.
you're a fan. You ain't a part of the organization to make a decision. So get that fans don't matter after a while. If you're in the organization, you're not doing it for the fan. You're not doing for the fan.
I'm not talking about the team. I'm
Advantage
talking
of
about
ticket
me.
sales.
I know that. I
I'm
know
talking
that.
about me. How
I
feel.
know that. And that's why I said that. Your fan feelings don't matter when it comes to organizational decisions. Now, yeah, does it optically it looks all bad because he's not on the active roster on the big stage. It does look bad. But what if you ended up drafting a guy that you thought was, and then that motherfucker eventually got cut?
Get the fuck out of here. Get the.
This is where assumptions come in because we could assume all
God.
that. I'm just saying. Go ahead.
That's a bullshit cop out. You know it. I know it.
Not a cop
Everybody. It is a cop out.
It's just a scenario. It's just a scenario.
There's a cop out. There's a cop out to say, okay, so LeBron got his son on the team nepotism when when everybody knew LeBron is a basketball savant. That's what I started this whole episode was started on the fact that LeBron is a basketball savant. He's smart about the game. He's one of everybody says he's the second best or first or second best player in the league. I don't agree with that, but whatever. He's a basketball savant. He's the second best player in the NBA history. First, some people put him first, whatever. So he knows what he's doing. Right? But all of that is bullshit. My thing is this. You can say it as a basketball savant. You can say it as whatever we want. But we already knew, everybody knows, if you assess LeBron, Bronny James' talent, he was not that. He was not. So
I never said he was.
He's not.
I never said he was. But I also was a person who, on this show, is back, also said most people knew that his other son, Bryce, is the one. I've said that. But again, if we're claiming nepotism, you got your son a job in the league, and he's now in the place where he needs to be to develop his game, then cool, it's all good. Because like you said about your Lakers several times over, they're not a build from a draft type of squad anyway. So to get mad at it when you said this, you guys you got to make a big move. You guys are the big move makers to make splashes because every year is a championship year. You've made these points before.
Yeah.
So the Lakers just made a big splash move. Bronny shouldn't even be in anybody's conversation right now. It was the fact that we witnessed LeBron utter some words and some, lip reading investigators on the internet kind of read what LeBron was saying to Stephen A. And then Stephen A's response, and without getting Will Smith, And then Stephen A's response on TV just certified, like, yeah, that was a father talking to me, not about a basketball player. That was a father talking to me. But on Stephen A's side, I agreed with Stephen A because his job is to cover the sport. So if you're covering the sport, then and Bronny comes up in the conversation, he's a part of the sport. He's a part of the professional league. He is available for scrutiny.
Basically, what you're saying is Bronny is fair game.
Bronny is fair game
Bronny is
for
fair
all
game.
of this.
Right.
Bronny's
So
fair
I
game.
think. I mean, I know I'm showing my age. And I know I'm going back with this, man. But the kid, right? We all remember the kid, Ken Griffey Jr. When he joined the Mariners, no one expected him to be. We all was like, you know, I don't know if we, I don't recall if we had the same similar conversations. Like, oh, you know, why Seattle brought up Ken Griffey's son, da da da.
We didn't. We didn't.
Right. No one. Yeah. No. I don't remember these conversations, and no one talks about Ken Griffey right now. We all talk about Ken Griffey Jr. You know what I'm saying? Because in the modern era, outside of the steroids and all that, he is top 5 best players that we've seen in our generation. You know, Bronny is not that. We get it.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Was Stephen A wrong? No. I'm not a big Stephen A advocate. You know, I get it. He's the voice of ESPN. I'll tolerate him. He's from my neighborhood. He's from Hollis, Queens. So I factor all that in. You know, but he was a man doing his job. He is the voice of ESPN. You know, I remember that day. It was LeBron James has altercation with Stephen A, and right under that, it was Stephen A signs biggest contract in ESPN. He's the voice of ESPN.
Oh my God.
You know, like we have to acknowledge that. I mean, LeBron doing what he did, Stephen A was right. You know, LeBron should have pulled him to the side, had a conversation, da 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 da.
Oh no, I ain't gonna say he was right. If it's on site for somebody, it's on site. I ain't mad at where it happened or why it happened, but I'm just saying that both sides is right in a way. You gonna talk shit about my son, I'm gonna step to you. Or for me, if you gonna talk shit about my daughters, I'm going to step to you because I don't have a son.
Are you too insane? Are you too insane?
But Stephen A covering LeBron James as a professional athlete is his fucking job.
Oh.
It's just a watch your words.
Oh. I feel like you have reached a high level of insanity right now when you going to sit up here and you going with a straight face. You with a straight face is going to say something about Ken Griffey Jr. and LeBron and Bronny James in the same. Like, what the fuck is wrong?
No.
Ken Griffey Jr. and Bronny James. You going to compare them?
He clarified why it's not the same.
Two sides of the
spectrum. He clarified that.
Right, two sides of the spectrum. All I'm saying, the only common point was that a father played the game and his son played with him. That's it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Bronny is down here. Ken Griffey Jr. is in the stratosphere. I get that.
About,
you know,
I'm talking about Ken Griffey Jr.
And Tyrone.
And playing with his father. That's it. That's
Tyrone.
He
clarified to jump on that now when in Big O's statement he clarified where he stood on it in the beginning. He didn't use it as a comparison as like they're the same level athlete. He never did.
No. Not at all.
He never once.
So I got then maybe I'm missing your point because I'm saying to you like Ken Griffey Jr. and Bronny James is not on the same level. So I don't know where we get the nepotism here.
No. What I said was that Ken Griffey Jr., right? And Bronny James both played with their father
Right.
at the same time.
And
That was the
they
only
played.
comparison I made.
Oh,
And I
oh,
said,
okay.
and
That was in.
I said that
It wasn't in
wasn't.
Seattle. It was with the Reds.
No. Okay, no,
It was with the
it was
Reds,
Seattle. It was
I believe.
Seattle. No, it was Seattle. We could check, but I'm sure it was Seattle. You know what I'm saying? But all I was saying was that the notoriety with Bronny and LeBron is we didn't see that with Ken Griffey Jr. and Ken Griffey. That was all I was saying. You know what I'm saying? They both played they both played the same teams or whatever the case is, but no one said, yo, why did Seattle bring up Ken Griffey Jr.? You know what I'm
They
saying?
played 51 games together in Seattle. So yes, thank you.
Mm,
Because this is the thing. Nobody said that. No, it wasn't an issue with Ken Griffey Jr. because Ken Griffey Jr. was proven he was good. We all knew he was good. Bronny James was not like, for me, before Bronny James even came to the NBA, he wasn't NBA quality. He wasn't an NBA quality player. Ken Griffey Jr., we knew Ken Griffey Jr. was going to be something special in the MLB before he got there.
mhm.
Bronny James, we did not know that. That's my difference in what I'm saying.
Okay.
Ken
Agreed.
Griffey Jr., we knew Ken Griffey Jr. was going to be something special. Bronny James, we did not. So that's where I'm like, I don't understand it.
Okay.
I understood his comparison, but I understand your point because never took it to a T of talent base. It was
Right. As
just
far as
it was
quality.
just a descriptor, right? It was just a descriptor of nobody made this same bitching and moaning about Seattle making a move to get a father's son on their team.
Right.
But
We knew
yes,
Ken
when
Griffey
you
was
bring up
good.
right again, O's point, you asked for I didn't understand, reclarifying for you. It wasn't he didn't when he even made the point, it wasn't even diving deeper into like you just did. Because we knew that. We knew Ken Griffey was gonna be that guy. He was brought up to be that guy. But again, it wasn't like we didn't have sports media bitching because of maybe the father did influence them to go get his son. Maybe he did. We don't know that. Media wasn't the same. We don't know those behind the scenes. What if another team wanted to take him? All we know about the Griffies is, for them, it's fuck the New York Yankees.
Wait.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
let me ask you a question. What do you think about this, right? If Ken Griffey Sr. put in an effort and put in a thing to say, hey, listen, go get my son. This is my son, and I know for a fact that this motherfucker is a good motherfucker. Like, you know what I mean? Because this is my point I was making from the beginning of this whole conversation. Ken Griffey Sr. said, this is my son. Go get my son. I'm telling you right now, as a baseball player, as a good baseball player, I know my son got what it takes. I know my son is this dude. I know my son is going to be what I'm saying to you my son is going to be, right? And he brings him up and he tells them, go get my son, because my son, it ain't even about me. I'm telling you right now, my son is that shit, right? And then
So he's scout now.
you can stop.
scout
You can
now.
stop. You can stop. Stop, Tyrone. Stop, Tyrone, because I know exactly where you're taking it. So what if your Lakers organization said, hey, LeBron, we're not interested in nobody else in the draft right now. We're thinking about taking him.
No.
So that's I know what you're saying. I knew what you were saying. So now I'm throwing it back to you, Lakers fan. What if the Lakers organization said, we're not interested in anybody left in the draft right now? LeBron, we're gonna pull this trigger. Yeah, all right. Well, let's pull this trigger then. We don't know if that's how that happened.
No, what I'm saying is like Ken Griffey. Okay, so
We know what you said about Ken Griffey.
Ken Griffey Jr.
Let's move.
No, what I'm saying is that's my point I was making earlier is that LeBron, Ken Griffey Sr. as a baseball player, that has been in the league, he can say, I know my son's going to prosper here. I know my son is good. I go get my son, right? Where LeBron, who is, like I said, basketball savant, well, to get to some people's opinion, first or second greatest player of all time, not me, but some people's opinion, first, second greatest of all time, greatest player of all time, right? Can say, hey, go get my son. Here's my thing. LeBron, as a basketball savant or whatever, he knows his son is not that dude, right? But
I
he
knew that's
wants
what
to
you were
big
gonna
up.
say.
But he wants to big up his son. He wants to get his son to succeed. He wants to set his son up for success. But he knows his son ain't that dude. So it's the difference. Ken Griffey Sr. knows I'm a baseball player. I play baseball. I'm in the major leagues. I'm this dude. I know my son is this dude. And LeBron had to know that
All right,
his son was not that dude. And he still let
So
the Lakers
you're
win
mad.
the
So you're mad. So now I mean, even though you recited the same thing about 8 to 7 times in the last 20 minutes, you've recited the same exact shit as we were talking about being objective. You're allowing your LeBron hate to come out.
It's
Though
not-
again, stop. Though we agreed, most of us as fans and as people watching, we felt that Bronny might not be it. But I bring it back to you again. What if the Lakers organization said we are no longer interested in anybody else in this draft? LeBron will go get him, and Bron said, "Yo, go get my son."
A throwaway pick, basically. Yeah.
But
I'm gonna tell you what most fans are thinking, right? If this was Bronny Smith, LeBron James would have said, "Yo, nah, we not getting this guy." That's it. You know what I'm
I
saying?
agree.
I mean,
I agree.
my point,
right.
my point is,
If that was
y'all
Bronny
looking
Jenkins, he would not be on the Lakers.
y'all looking at it on the outside as not Lakers fans, right? Y'all looking at it on the outside. And what I'm saying is, I'm looking at it on the inside to say we shouldn't have got Bronny. And I'm looking on the inside of saying that Ken Griffey Sr. And that's why I said, I thought that was like, I don't know. I thought that it was out of the stratosphere that you would bring up Ken Griffey Jr. in the same sentence as
But
Bronny James.
I'm still bugged out that I still bugged out though that you couldn't get it that he wasn't talking about it on the level of talent.
Right. Yeah, no.
He wasn't talking about it in the lane of the level of talent.
So
But then you hung your hat on the level of but you hung your hat on the level of talent, which we agreed with.
And it proves my point that
We
on the
agree
level
with
of talent, Ken Griffey Sr. can say my son is talented enough to be here,
But-
and we got to sit for the
But
fact that
Tyrone.
That
So
wasn't the
Tyrone,
argument being made.
right. Hear me out, right? This is what I'm trying to say. Ken Griffey Jr. We know we're acknowledging on the show, and I'm sure if TJ and Jamal was here, they would agree with what I'm saying. Ken Griffey Jr. is top 5 best players we have ever seen play the game. Right? No
Ever
one,
seen. And
barring
as much as I
injury,
hated on him,
right? As much as we, you know, me being a Yankee
much as I
fan,
hated
did not
on him,
like him
I
because he
agree.
never wanted to play for the Yankees. Barring injury, he may be the best player that has ever played the game. Okay? So we acknowledge that. I'm telling you that on the show. I'm telling you that on the show right now today. I am not comparing him talent quality wise to Bronny James in no shape, form, or fashion. All I am saying is that these are the only 2 players who was able to play with their father on the team. So I am saying that the fact that, okay, Ken Griffey Sr. and LeBron James Sr., their influence on the organization on bringing their sons over. That's the only comparison I'm trying to make. I am not in any way, shape, or form trying to compare Ken Griffey Jr. to Bronny James. No way. That's so we get it out there. So we can move. We
I
can move
understood
on.
that from jump.
Right. We
I
can move
understood
on.
that from jump.
Right.
I love. See, this is why I love arguing with Tyrone, because Tyrone will find that loophole in the niche that, like, the angle was never there, but then bring it to something to just make him sound right. But then when we agree with Tyrone, he's still trying to find a way to still stand above us to make us look like we were wrong when we're telling the nigga he's right.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry, but I've been attacked so many times on the show. You know, the hate is real.
Believe me, I grew up with a kid like Tyrone, man. Yo, we were all Knicks fans, and he had to be an Indiana Pacer fan. He was the only one who loved Reggie Miller. That's Tyrone, man.
All I'm saying is, okay, so when you guys put it like that, I can go to Hooks Brothers Spices.
Put it like that.
I can go to Hooks
20
Brothers
minutes ago,
Spices.
bro.
When you put it like that,
20 minutes ago.
when you put it like that, I will go to Hooks Brothers Spices and order some more spices to put on my motherfucking crow sandwich, and I'll eat it. But when you know what I'm saying, I will go to Hooks Brothers Spices. I'll get the spices. I'll put it on my crow sandwich, and I'll eat it. But for me, I was just like, when you brought up Ken Griffey Jr., my mind. Okay, so here's the fucking thing.
You stop listening. This is what you're saying. You stop listening.
Yeah, I don't know how to decide.
Pretty much.
Yeah, so I don't know how to decide.
The nigga checked all the way out.
You know what?
Nah, son.
Okay, so
nah, son.
I'm gonna agree with Dan. When we was talking about LeBron James and Bronny James, and you brought up Ken Griffey Jr., my mind went. Ken Griffey Jr. and LeBron James, no comparison. I just zoned out. I was fucked up, and I apologize. And I will eat my crow sandwich.
I will take that.
You know what I mean? But when in my head, you compare Ken Griffey Jr. to Bronny James.
Your bookmark this, Dan. You need to bookmark this.
No, but I mean, what's funny? We do this a lot of episodes. I try to knock this into Tyrone's head sometimes, where it's just like, yo, but that's not the point. That's not the point. And then it takes a little while to rein the brother in, because you were right. In mentioning Ken Griffey Jr., I sat back and said, I need to see where he's going with this, because player-wise and athletic-wise, obviously, they don't compare. But they are the only other example we have of a father and son being on the same team.
And I did not. I went straight to, is he comparing fucking Ken Griffey Jr. to Bronny James? Like, this is fucking insane.
Right.
No.
Hey,
Two totally different sides of the spectrum.
So, sandwich,
way different.
I guess that's what I'm having for dinner tonight. Thank you a lot.
Hey, man,
I'm going to have another motherfucking crow sandwich. And just for the record, Dan, you might not know, you might not know, but crow is nasty as shit. Because I've eaten a lot of it, and I know the shit's
I didn't say I done never had crow in real life ever.
No, I'm not talking about crow in real life. I'm talking about figuratively. I've eaten a lot of motherfuckers.
Oh no, we know. The show alone.
That's you say you know.
The show alone tells it, man.
Hey yo, get the fuck out. You know what?
The show alone tells it.
I'm gonna let you have that.
Eat alone, Pacer fan. But all right, yo, we did what we had to do. Like I said, because we ran late as far as the brothers coming through. No tournament this week, so yes, I mislabeled the product. I'm sorry, y'all. But what we will do tournament wise though is we're going to fix something, because it was 3 of us who put the years together, right? So I didn't shuffle nothing yet, but I'm gonna bring this up for a point so we could correct this. We went through 87 to 99, and we took them as solid years for each year. And Tyrone, yes, when writing them down, we all kind of looked at it almost as an 87 through. So it's kind of like we didn't look at it as, like it stopped here, it counts as this. Because, when you'll count from 87, you'll count 88, 89, 90, like that, right? But we actually ended up with 33 years when it needed to be 32 because we don't have a full 62 years of rap to round this out.
Mhm.
So live on the show today, we got to pick a year that gets excluded out of this tournament. Now Tyrone had mentioned 2 years. I'm screen sharing what we have so far, which I mean it's not hard to understand. 87 through 2019. If I made a mistake saying 2009, my bad. But I feel like 2019. So Tyrone made valid points about 2 years. He brought up 2 years, and they both are in the 2010s. 2016 would be the first year I'm gonna show, and then he mentioned 2019. Now, looking at a lot of these, like it wasn't my go-tos for artists kind of years as far as like a Travis Scott, a Young Thug. For me, even J. Cole, I'm not I think the kid can rap, but I'm not a big J. Cole fan. But
What?
people love this album. There were Young Thug fans out there who went heavy for this. Travis Scott, same thing. I'm a Danny Brown guy. Atrocity Exhibition was fire to me. We got this from here. Thank you for your service. I
Classic.
couldn't miss this album. Tyrone said what he said pre-show about De La, but and the Anonymous Nobody was a dope album, and like
Yes.
that last album that they needed to give us. Ab-Soul was good. Royce was good. Also in 2016, what else did we get? I didn't listen
Fly
to the
God.
Death Wish, but I like that. But we got Fly God, one of my favorite Master Ace albums. I've told you where I stand on this album because my coach is on it.
I really got to start listening to Master Ace, man.
You're not gonna be disappointed. Don't Smoke Rocks was dope, but then it was 2019, which 2019 might have had way more, just off the top ones alone. Eve, fire. Bandana, beyond fire. Igor, Tyler's never made a bad album in my opinion, and this one was fire. Danny Brown, once again, for me, you know what I'm saying? Yes, for me.
Even that Roddy Rich album
But that's just
was,
for
was
me.
good. I mean, if
That's
you're
why I
into that
said
thing,
I didn't listen to Roddy Rich. But then in 2019, where is it? Where is it? This is what puts 2019 over 16 for me, even though there are other years. Rapper Go to the League was actually really good.
that was good. That was good.
that's
Little
why I
Brother's
said
comeback album, May the Lord Watch. Phenomenal.
I am a Ninth Wonder fan, and I was surprised that what album was that good without him.
so.
Yeah.
So
But
my
and then
proposal
this
was,
Retropolitan was fire.
I gotta listen to that album too.
and that's why my proposal was because we have 33 instead of 32 because we fucked up to take 2016 out and keep 19 in.
Well, we're gonna check out some other years if I can get this shit straight as you
We
see.
don't need it's
Fucked up.
2016 or 19. Come on, man. Like we don't have time to fuck
No,
around.
we do.
We don't.
We do.
We
Because
don't.
like 20 look at 2018.
Dan, let's be clear. Let's be honest. We don't have time to fuck around because the podcast is supposed to be next Sunday, right? And let's be
Well,
honest.
next Sunday. No. We were supposed to start today.
Okay,
But
we
next
supposed to
Sunday,
start-
next Sunday is the anniversary show.
Okay, so here's my thing. Here's my theory.
So we got
right?
2 weeks.
Here's my theory, right? We're supposed to start today. We couldn't start today because life is life and all motherfuckers, and we couldn't start today. And we can't start next week because We got the anniversary thing. You guys got, I wasn't here for the whole time, but the anniversary thing
But
is
you
here.
are part of
I'm
you
a
are
part of
part of
it.
the legacy.
I'm
You're
a part
here.
of it, and so the anniversary thing is here, right? So we
Now,
got 2 weeks.
scroll back up there.
But
Scroll back up.
no.
Yeah.
But let's be clear, right? So now we got 2 weeks where we supposed to sort this out. But let's be honest. We're a bunch of procrastinators. We're a bunch of bullshitters. We don't get back on a group text like we supposed to. And motherfuckers don't do the due diligence on figuring it out.
Oh
So
man,
And
Tyrone,
he's
Tyrone,
telling our business,
hold on.
bro.
No, hold on. You hold on for a second because your long soliloquy right now is saying what we're doing right now is fixing it.
Okay.
That's what we're fixing the problem
so-
now. And
so my point is-
as I look at 2018, this ain't one of them years that can get excluded.
No,
So my
2018
point
is a good
Let's
year.
move on to
2018 is a hell of a good
17.
year.
this is my point though. Let's fix it right now because
That's
we
what.
got
Yeah, you didn't
Cause
have
life-
to say all of this.
life. Hold on.
But that's
My point is, let's fix it right now because like we were supposed to start to room it today and we couldn't because life happens and life. And my point is that we don't do our due diligence on corresponding and being in that group text and doing our due diligence on all that. And so
yeah,
my point is,
like
in next week's episode is not the episode. So we got 2 weeks, and technically, yeah, we got time. But in reality, we know life, and we know that we
Tyrone.
ain't exactly great on doing what we're supposed to do. So let's fix it right now.
So all you did right now, besides just letting you get your soliloquy out, you just said exactly what we're doing right now. you said exactly the point of why I brought this up is to get this done right now.
Right?
We need to exclude 1 year, but I'm sorry, the 2 years you picked ain't that automatic
It is.
to you.
Go. Okay.
Now-
So
Well, we're on 2017 right now, and even 2017 is tough because this Blue Chip 7000 was fire. Meek Mill's Wins and Losses was pretty good. Imperious Rex came out. We had a Jay-Z album, Damn, Pulitzer Prize winner. Flower Boy was fire.
don't
I didn't listen to this John Wayne, but I heard John Wayne was good.
Don't
Pretty
bring
Girls
Damn up.
Love
You
Trap
said-
Music
you
is
said
dope.
Damn wasn't your shit. You said you
No,
didn't
it wa-
appreciate it.
Got a lot of albums. Man.
No Dope on Sundays was fire. Layla's Wisdom was a phenomenal album. This
And
is
then
a
I feel
tough
like,
one.
hey Dan, we cool enough for me to say you being hypocritical right now because I said that I feel like Damn was Kendrick's best album. You said you really didn't like Damn, so bringing up Damn here to me seems hypocritical because
No.
Damn should be irrelevant because as far as I'm concerned, you didn't even like that shit.
But that's again the word of the day is being objective.
Objective, I know.
The masses, I to me, Damn was one of my least favorite Kendrick albums. Yes, I still haven't. I've picked it up twice since it came out, and it still hasn't grabbed me. But 2015, the album that it took 2 listens to get me to Pimp a Butterfly is in this year. The Compton album, I like this. I personally Earl Sweatshirt
It
fan,
was good.
so I like that. This year, though, when you scroll down, 2015 is weaker than both other years we mentioned. Even with, for me, Action Bronson, 12 Reasons to Die, and the Czarface album, the Sour Soul from Ghostface, it's not enough compared to the 2 years that you picked.
So then I want to propose this. TJ ain't here, Jamal ain't here, and next week
But always,
we gotta do the thing. So I propose me and you got 2015 as the worst year, I guess. I got 2016 comparable to 2019. So I think that in fairness, since me and you are at a standstill, I think that it should be put on O to say, hey, We got 2015, 2016, and 2019 as one of the years that has to be excluded from the tournament. And so me and you are at a standstill with 2015 and 2016, then I would put it up to O. That's how I would do
Tyrone, once again, you're bringing up the obvious and why we're doing this with O because he wasn't here the last time.
it. Okay. Sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
It's
My
all
bad.
right. It's all right. It's all right. It's cool hashing it. This time we're hashing it out live on our YouTube on the show. Last week was just a meeting we did on our own, so they don't know that how. And it was kind of hard to just skip a year because again, we only technically have 50. We technically have 50 years of the culture, though there, that's even debatable. But yeah, I mean, do you see, like, I'm showing 2013 right now, and there was a lot of dopeness in 2013 also. So far from what I've pulled up, again, for me, 2015 might have been the weakest. Tyrone got 2 years.
For me,
Yeah, as soon as I pull up this, I don't even have to drop the rest. Just them top 9 alone. No. It was
For me,
2011.
2016. So for Dan, I'm gonna put it to you like this. For Dan, 2015.
I'm gonna go back to 2015.
2015 might be the weakest for Dan. 2016 is the weakest for me.
So, are you looking? Oh, I know you're a.
Yeah, my fault. My
Getting
fault.
the ice.
What year is this we're looking at?
So we're looking at 2015, and I'm gonna go back to 2016. You decide which one stays and which one goes.
So this is 2015. All right, this is 2015. 2015.
We're looking at 2015. So we got To Pimp a Butterfly, Long Last ASAP, Compton album.
Second best album. Second, third best album. Scroll down. Everybody
Got
like
Joey
Dark Sky
Badass.
Paradise. They say that's Big Sean best album.
And if you're reading this about Drake, I
Yes.
can't get out of it.
We got the documentary 2 for y'all game fans.
Ah, come on, man. That's not.
Music. Music for My Friends is a dopeness. We had 2 Ghostface albums this year.
No.
Action Bronson's Mr. Wonderful.
The album about Nothing was good. Wale. That was good. That was a good album.
Yeah, Mickey Jenkins. J-Rock came out this year. Czarface.
And to be clear,
versus 2016.
And to be clear, I still stand on the record of taking 2019 out, keeping 15 and 16, and taking 19 out. That's where I stand.
Oh no, 2016.
Now when Little Brother came out, I'm sorry.
I'm sorry.
This is 2016. This is 2016.
2016 got my vote to stay in.
Stay in.
Well, that Run the Jewels album too was a good album.
Yeah. I would keep 16 in too.
Okay, so 16 is in. So now we got 15 and 19.
So let's go back to 19. So we gave Tyrone 2 choices. And right off the bat, no. As soon as I see Bandana and Eve, this can't go nowhere.
Yeah.
Bandana, Eve, Igor. Bandana, Eve, Igor, and May the Lord Watch.
Yeah.
It almost doesn't matter for the rest of this. I'm sorry. I can't.
That alone holds weight.
Nas, Lost Tapes 2.
Yeah.
Kanye's gospel album. Oh, Homeboy Sandman is a favorite of mine too.
So that takes 15 out.
Yes.
All right, so 15 is out.
So 2015 is out. So
all right, we got it.
All right. So we got our 32. There we go. That was it.
Boom.
Thank you all for participating. And that was it, man. So in 2 weeks, again, apologies, people. In 2 weeks, the tournament will start. So if you want to be a part of the tournament, like I always say, hit me up, hit any of us up, send a message in the inbox. You could text my phone if you have my number. Hit us up. This is my open invite to everybody. Certain people already had been told, yo, send my information to this person. They can be on the show type shit. So that was the call. Told him so Bad Lad could come on. But these people who have been with us within this whole 10-year run, you already know. Invites are always open. All you ever got to do is just say, yo, can I come on this week? And you're in. You're in. Just remember that. But next weekend, 10-year anniversary of the show, we're just going to go through the show's history and what we've done here, how shit's changed. I will be candid about a lot of shit possibly and how certain things moved around and stuff. Name dropping may or may not occur. We don't know yet. But all I know is next weekend is we're just going to have fun and just reminisce on the 10 years of the Star 5 podcast. Hopefully, I did tag them in the Facebook post, but I'm going to text them probably later today, both JP and Katara. Hopefully, I could get both of them to be on this show also because they were integral parts of the growth of this show. At one time, Katara was our first woman co-host. And then again, you know, I leave it up to y'all. If you show up, you show up. If you don't and consistently don't, then that's how things move around. And they know that because it's not, no love has been lost between anybody that's been on this show. I might even have to reach out to the homie Kenny too, because Kenny, he wanted to be a part of this show, but then inconsistency happened on his end. All you ever had to show with me is just be consistent. And you were being a part, you would have been a part of this show. So I'm going to reach out to everybody that's been a part of this show. Please come through. People who were, you know, consistent guests. Like hopefully Ed Molina could come back on. You know, we're going to pay tribute to our brother Sammy J, who's continuing to rest in the afterlife. We lost that young brother who was doing phenomenal things in the world during our time within this show. So we're just going to do a lot of reminiscing, a lot of truth telling, and just having fun next week.
Yeah, I'm going to tell the truth how like Dan really got me. He really got me because when he texted me and was like, I was talking to the Starting Five brothers, and in the way he said it, I thought I was never going to be welcome back to the show again. Because the way he said it, I thought I was getting exiled. I thought I was like, don't come back. You know what I mean? And then for him to offer me a spot on the show, I was taken aback by that because the way he started it out, I was talking to the brothers and you know, it seemed like it was one of those we don't need you. He got me with that one, bro, because I thought I was just gonna be like, damn, I done fucked up. I'm not welcome back and whatever. So for the way I got on the show and the way Dan worded it, he knew what he was doing. He knew how I was gonna feel about it.
And to be honest with you, I don't even think, even in our show's history, I don't think we've openly ever had somebody that was like a nah, they ain't never coming back.
No, but
because even people that like I have my things with, like, because we described some petty last week, and I was just running through some of them again, like, damn, like, you know, but we gonna work some shit out.
So while we here right now, Dan, you wasn't trying to prank me, like you didn't say it you didn't come at me in a prankish manner to try to like.
Not at all.
That's how I felt.
Nope.
I feel like
because you remember when it happened? Because you was on the show at least 2 or 3 times, and then it was just like, yo, this dude matches our energy.
Yeah.
We need a 5th to finally round this out. Yep. You seemed eager because you always showed up. So it was no prank. It was no prank.
No, but for me, the way when Dan came to me, it was like, yeah, I was just talking to the guys, and I never expected. Okay, so for me, I'm not an optimistic person. Y'all
You can
already
tell.
know that. Y'all can tell that from my
Unless
personality.
when
I'm
it
not
comes to the Lakers.
optimistic. I'm very pessimistic. I'm very woe with me. I'm very doomsday is coming. I'm that kind of person, right? So when I get a text from Dan who says, "Hey, listen, I was talking to the guys, and based on our discussion, we decided, you know where I'm going. I'm going down. Damn, I done fucked up. You know what I
But
mean?
I don't. I didn't really word it like that.
I
Like
know you
on
didn't
some
work
like
like that, but I'm just
or
saying.
as per previous meeting.
No,
Like
I just
nah.
get the
Like
gist of it.
Hey, was
I
this a
just
job
get the
interview?
gist of it. That's how it came
right.
off.
Like the nigga got a termination letter and he wasn't even hired.
But that's where no, but that's where my head went. When the way Dan said it, my head went to, oh shit, I done fucked up again. I'm not gonna be allowed on their show no more. So for me, I looked at it like, damn, I done got kicked off the show. So when he was like, oh, we decided we wanted to bring you on as a full member, I was taken aback by that. I appreciate it, and I'm glad to be here. And I would never, ever, ever like shit on the opportunity or whatever. But when Dan first gave me that text, I was like, oh shit, I done fucked up again. You know what I mean? That's where my head
And
goes.
see, and it wasn't in like the way he's saying it is as if like I typed that text at like one sentence at a time and made him
Oh,
wait like 5 minutes for each thing. Like, no, it was one message. Like, yo, like
yeah, but
we want you over here.
in my head, it wasn't one message. I read the
Right,
first
right.
sentence and I was like, oh shit, I'm done.
This nigga bullshitting us, but we've grown to love you, brother. As far as with all your bullshit,
Word.
you know what I'm saying? It's been a solid 2 years now,
See, but
at
the
least
thing is,
two, right?
At least two.
What O don't know, what TJ don't know, and what Jamal might not know is that you already knew I was with the bullshit. Because me and you had a relationship on TikTok where I didn't
Yeah,
know these other guys. So you already knew I was with the bullshit. You knew it.
yeah.
So
And when I invited you, we wasn't even following each other at on that point as is. And because again, the way you look, I thought you was much older than me. To realize that, like, yo, niggas only a year older than me,
hey,
and I think the first time I seen your videos was you was talking about Sega Genesis. It was one of those where you was on the street, you had your hair out, your locks weren't as long as they were,
no.
but you were talking about Sega Genesis on the joint. And then you started talking about some other shit. And it was roughly around the time, it was around the tournament time where we was gonna do an old school video game joint. So that's why it was like, yo, let me invite you. And then you was like, yo, we want to come back. Yo, you're welcome to come. Kept coming back. Kept coming back.
And like I said, I really appreciate it because like damn, me and you had a personal conversation where I told you at the time I was about to stop doing all that shit. I was about to end my podcast. I was done with it. I was just like, you know what? It ain't working out for me, and I'm not enthusiastic about it no more. I was down in the dumps, and it just worked out. It just worked out, man. It just worked
Word,
out perfect.
word.
Yeah, man. We're
Well,
glad
we
to hear
gonna
it,
work
man.
out. Word. Well, we gonna work out. Oh, closing the show out.
Yeah, my bad, man. Yo, Big O in the building. I'm here eating my brunch or whatever you want to call it. You know what I'm saying? So I get off camera a little bit. But nah, man, great show for what I caught up, man. One thing I like about this, man, we have our disagreements, man, but we're able to hash it out and over the show, man. I love that. Shout out to TJ, shout out to Jamal, and listeners. I'm looking forward to the next show, man. Next week's gonna be fun. I came onto the show a little late. Came on the podcast a little late, man. So it'll be good to see some of the early members of the show, man. So yeah, man, I'm looking forward to that. You know what I mean?
Word. As
Along with my
long
boy
as they can
TJ.
come through.
As long as they come through, yeah.
Well, TJ ain't here, Tyrone.
I'm sorry,
Uh,
Tyrone. Sorry.
I was waiting for O to
Tyrone
throw it
sucks,
to me.
man.
He didn't throw it to me. You know what I mean? But that's cool. He mad because I got the box. It's all right. It's all right. Oh, I know the box is important. I know the hooks, rubber, spices box is important. Oh, but you ain't gotta hate on me like that. But no, anyway, I'm just playing. But anyway, the truth is, it, 10 years is a milestone, and that's the thing. Like, I ain't did shit for 10 years besides work. You know what I mean? So to be involved with something for 10 years is outside of like what you have to do to support your family and all that. It's an amazing accomplishment, and I'm just happy that I like I said, like I linked up with Dan. I'm just happy that I got to be a part of this, and I know I wasn't here for the full time, but it's just that's an accomplishment, and that's an accomplishment that I feel like I'm a part of. That's an accomplishment that we have to celebrate as black, even as black men. You know what I mean? Even as black men, to do something for 10 years and sustain it. You know what I mean? Like I haven't sustained shit for 10 years. I ain't even gonna lie. My military career was 10 years. You know what I mean? So to do something as black men and sustain it for 10 years and to still do it despite maybe not getting where you want to be, maybe not getting the financial things you want to be, and just doing it for the love of it, for 10 years for the love of it. You know what I mean? That's a great accomplishment to say you can do something for 10 years just because you love the shit. Just because you love this
and,
shit.
Facts.
and it almost ended a couple times within
You know
a
what I
few
mean? But
times within them 10 years.
Yeah.
because you got a lot of personalities, you got a lot of you got a lot of personalities, and like you said, life happens, shit happens, kids happens, but to not quit, you know what I'm saying? And for me, it's really tough because I was quitting. I was done and I was out. And it just so happens that I met, like I said, I linked up with Dan and he was like, yo, don't quit your podcast. Like it don't matter. And he brought me into this shit. You know what I mean? And it's this. For people to come together and to have five men who are opinionated, five men who have different opinions and different perspectives on life and different experiences and all that. And to have me who's extra than a motherfucker, like real extra, you know what I mean? And for me to be able to fit in, and for me to be able to be not judged, and for me to talk my shit, spit my bullshit, and still have it work, like I can't, I don't know how to I owe you guys a depth of gratitude that I'll never be able to repay. And so
Well, please know we judge you right to your face like we did today.
I'm saying though, and that's my life.
We judge your bullshit right to your face, but that's how it's supposed to be.
If anything I say about the Listen Podcast, I keep it 100, right? And when I come here, I know I'm gonna get it 100 back, and that's what I appreciate, because I don't want nobody to fucking kiss ass. I don't want nobody to fucking, you know what I mean, cater to me. You know what I'm saying? So for you guys to be like, hey, you with the bullshit, and I know I'll be with the bullshit, it's cool. I love it. And so I'm looking forward to next week. I'm looking forward to the celebration. I'm looking forward to everything. And I like I said, I can't thank you guys enough. And I know that I have a problem with humbling myself, but I can humble myself in this situation with you guys and say that you guys really like lifted my spirits and really put me in a good space, and that's where I'm at.
Word. So next week, like I said, next week we're gonna go through just all of this shit. I just as I realized I might have to bring my brother Lance on too, the guy who, if it wasn't for him just sparking this whole everything, this whole podcast journey wouldn't even be a thing. Because the way it started, and I'll recite it again next week, but the way it started was he hit me up and was just like, yo, you want to do a podcast with me? Like I want to do like a all football podcast. And I was just like, I had an iPhone. I didn't realize the icon. And I was like, yo, what's the fucking podcast? He was like, oh, it's just like doing a radio show but recorded. I said, oh, I always wanted to do a radio show. Yo, let's do it. Matter of fact, you know where I work. I'll go down the block to freaking Guitar Center. I'll buy the first round of equipment and that's what I did. And then it was Talking My Team at first, and then it changed. That changed names, time, lack of time, and my brother was going to finish his masters. I was still over here with this. Then it became JP was just like, yo, I always wanted to do a radio show. Funny how this works. Well, we're not doing nothing with the podcast. I got the podcast here. I already got the shit linked up everywhere. All we got to do is come up with a name. But in fact, let me do the respectful thing and talk to my boy Lance and be like, yo, Lance, we ain't doing shit with this. My boy JP wants to start over here. He was like, yo, run with it. And he was running with his t-shirt thing at the time. The Star 5 podcast was born. I'll get more detail later next week about the naming and all of that stuff. And, we've told a lot of that throughout the thing. But again, 10 years, as you mentioned, you have been the longest commitments in my life. My wife, my job. My job coincides with my kids because my oldest daughter's age runs with how much time I've been on the job. And this, along with the HHDG family. The longest commitments I have in life that I've stuck to. Everybody knows this thing almost ended at least 2 to 3 times in the 10-year career. And the anniversary date is, even from my point of view, is a little subjective, just like how the start of hip hop is subjective. Because the only thing that I can recall, and this is where I listened to, I'll say where I listened to, but it was like I took it as bad. I took it later to think like bad advice because I never, when downloading each episode, I never put a show number on it. Because I heard somebody on a podcast say, like, I don't number my shows because that feels like you're putting a limit on it when this shit's going to go forever. So it kind of messed me up as far as like counting how many episodes were done. But there are podcast aggregators and catchers out there that actually show all the old and original. But I do remember uploading with JP around March 15th-ish. So that's kind of where it's just like, you know what? That's the anniversary. It just kind of stuck it like that. We might have recorded maybe a day or two or so before. But March 15th, I believe, was maybe one of the first times the first episode might have been released of the Star 5 podcast. To where, yeah, I'm actually in year 11 of podcasting. Maybe I think I'm starting year number 12, actually, as of this month in podcasting. Or 10, whatever. But this is the 10-year anniversary of Star 5 podcast. As always, hit our second ever sponsor, Hillstruck.com. 20% off your order using the code STAR5. Piece of Ishtar, piece of Disabled Planets. And shouts out to Hill Magic. Hopefully the rest of our brothers can get their shit together. That's code for what's happening for one of them. And we'll see y'all next week. Peace.